one of the greatest metal mercenaries ever. Hey.
Well, thank you. Voilà. I'm okay. I'm glad to be here. I love this place.
You've been here in 2008 with Cavalera Conspiracy.
Well, it wasn't Cavalera Conspiracy. It was me and Max and two Serbian guys that I think Soulfly was supposed to play, and it was impossible, but Max said, save the spot, save this thing, and he called me up and said, do you want to go to Serbia and play a festival and play thrash metal and hardcore from the 80s? And I said, fuck yeah, man, count me in. So I came here and was in a hotel in Belgrade, and right outside the hotel was the little kiosk with the Jelen Pivo, just 25 cents, just, okay, I'll take 10. And yeah, so when I found out that Nuclear Assault was going to play here, I told these guys, this is going to fucking be amazing. I've been to this place and you're going to love it. So.
Yeah, right. So are you saddened by the fact that the Nuclear Assault is going to split after this tour?
Yeah, in a way, of course, but it can be difficult doing this. Like, John is a school teacher.
Yeah.
So, did you? No, he is. Yeah. So that makes it hard for him to get away and do stuff. And also, now I'm 50 years old, and when I'm playing, I'm getting fucking muscle aches here. 30 years of banging my head and fucking... Now I'm getting old and rotten and near death. And I'll play until I fall apart, but that'll be soon. Yeah. I'll play until I fall in a grave. Yeah.
So Billy Milano is retired, and at some point, at some point, all the bands from the 80s will retire. But who will then carry on with the thrash metal scene? Who will be the new leaders, in your opinion?
The younger bands like Municipal Waste and all these guys, Toxic Holocaust and Iron Reagan.
Violator.
Yeah, stuff like that. Because the new generation. There's people that are Nuclear Assault fans that are like 17 years old, which means they were born in like 1998. So that's fucking crazy because, you know, they weren't... But then this makes sense because there's people who like jazz or classical music and they weren't there when Mozart was alive or John Coltrane, and it doesn't matter. You can't say, oh, why do you like thrash? You weren't even around. That would be stupid. So, yeah, you know.
Okay. So you have a lot of projects behind you, but what project is your favorite project? I mean, what is the album that you're the most proud of, that you did outside of the Nuclear Assault?
This is a good question. I mean, Extreme Conditions, the first Brutal Truth record. I'm proud of.
Birth of Ignorance.
Yeah, the death metal, the death grinds on that record. I'm very happy with that record. You know, Speak English or Die, because it was a joke and it got popular. Just a fucking joke. And the new record by the black metal bands I play in, Nocturnal Hellstorm, which is not available, but I can like play it here. Like, yeah. I don't know. I don't give a shit.
Alright, Don.
So
you don't remember me, do you?
Where do?
I played with you in 1988 in Leeds Queen's Hall in
interview time.
Virus.
Oh, right. Let me just finish this interview, dude. Cheers, dude.
Okay, so the next question is, if you had a chance to make your dream band, whom would you call step in for you?
For me to play in with other people?
Like your lineup.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
This is the first show.
It's have to be metal or hard rock guys? Metal guys. Okay.
Yeah, after.
So,
We go there.
King Diamond on vocals, Fenris from Darkthrone on drums, and as far as guitar, there's so many good guitar players. This is fucking hard to say.
Are we playing Hammer Festival?
No. Guitar. Bill Steer. Carcass.
Right. But I saw in an interview you said that you would call Demon Grain of Voivod. I don't know. It was like, yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Speak English or Die is one of the most influential records when speaking of thrash metal, crossover, even grindcore. So it was a joke that became popular, like you said, and you had like 3 days to record the whole record, right?
Yeah, 1 day for mixing. I think it was 4 days total, 3 days recording, 1 day mix. In July 1985. Yeah. And Scott Ian called me up 2 months before that and said, hey man, it sucks you're not with us anymore in Anthrax. It was stupid to throw you out, but now we could play in another band and it's just going to be some fun, like fast hardcore. So I said, okay. And so there was some music finished already, and then we wrote music together. And then we just recorded it. We had no idea it would be fucking tremendously popular, which I think was the secret. We didn't give a shit. We just 3 days, and then when we were mixing, I like went out. I had like pizza and beer, and then I came back, and just being away like 90 minutes, and I hear in the mix, I was like, holy fuck, this sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Some of the songs like Speak English or Die or Fuck the Middle East are kind of racist, but on the other side you have a song like We All Bleed Red. So what's the idea behind those songs?
The songs that are controversial, they're not heartfelt. It was more like, let's be as stupid and obnoxious as possible. Like, just try to cause a reaction. Yeah. Some of these people in the hardcore scene are very snotty, very, fucking, just too much attitudes. So we said, yeah, very judgmental, and fucking, you could do this, you can't do that. And we just said, fuck it, let's just, So all the stuff like the racist, fascist stuff, it wasn't real. It was more just, let's just make people go, what the fuck? That's all. So.
What is your favorite S.O.D. ballad?
The Ballad of Kurt Cobain.
Fucking hate him.
Yeah. It's just, you're dead. Yeah.
And what about Celtic Frost? What happened to Celtic Frost?
Yeah. That was just funny, and then when we played in Switzerland and we saw Martin Ain, and Martin Ain was like, why did I have to die in the cold lake? I didn't even play on that record. I hate that record. So that was funny. Yeah, it's just stupid. Yeah. No meaning.
What about songs like Milk? There's a S.O.D. and Anthrax version. Which of them you liked most? I mean...
Oh, the S.O.D. one. It's... Yeah, I mean, it's got the bass sounds. The bass sound has to be brutal. So... And I'm not saying that egotistically, like, it must be me. It just sounds more intense, I guess.
And Imitation of Life and Aren't You Hungry?
Yeah, well, they didn't exactly ask me, can we take this riff? So I had to go, guys, I wrote that, you have to pay me. So Imitation of Life, I prefer Aren't You Hungry, because it's also, the lyrics are very brutal, but just stupid.
And Season Devious, it was kind of joke, but you did it top notch, I mean.
That was, they said to me, Danny, write a Slayer song. And I said, okay, I need a beer, a pack of cigarettes, and a big joint. And then I said, I can write a Slayer song. And Kerry King told me later, it sounds like you took all our best riffs and put them in one. And I was like,
Hell Waits and I don't know, some stuff from Raining Blood.
I didn't think about it. I just said, I'm going to write fucking something that sounds like Slayer. And everyone said, yeah, that sounds like Slayer, dude.
So in an interview you said that you're going to retire like a year ago or something. So will you carry on?
Yeah, I'm just going to be more relaxed. You know, I'm getting old, so it's starting to fucking hurt playing. You know, 30 years of banging your head's not good for your fucking neck, man. And I'm still going to be playing in the local bands I play in. I play in a black metal band and a grindcore band where I live, but that's okay because then it's not as exhaustive. You just play a show and then you go home and go to sleep. So, still gonna play music, just not travel as much. It's gonna be more contained. That's all. I love coming here and everything, but airports, dude. Airports are shitty. Yeah.
So, what is the most metal moment of your life?
The most metal moments of my life? It is when I took this picture of my cat. That is fucking metal. Let me just do this. So, and I said, fuck, you're metal, dude. So yeah.
Can you recall some situation with Paul Baloff? I mean, you probably knew him.
Yeah, I knew Paul Baloff. I knew him back in the day, and I saw him not long before he passed, and he wasn't looking very good. But in the old days, in the mid-'80s, Exodus and Nuclear Assault did shows at Lemoore in Brooklyn, the real old classic club there, and yeah, it was just really cool because you remember back then there's no Facebook or nothing. You just have to fucking write somebody a letter, and then so when you met these guys, because you know how big America is, so from New York to California it's like 3,600 kilometers or something, so yeah, reading about them in fanzines and everything, and hey, we're fucking drinking and smoking and blah blah blah. So it was a really good experience because just knowing, you know, we were the American thrash metal scene, you know, the East Coast, West Coast, Chicago.
Which scene you like the most, East Coast or West Coast, Bay Area?
Well, obviously I like the East Coast stuff. We were more hardcore and brutal. The Bay Area stuff was more melodic. I mean, not Autopsy and Sadist, but Possessed, but we're talking about Forbidden and Testaments and this shit, right? Yeah, it's just too much melody, not enough. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you have to say for the Serbian fans?
I just want to express my complete appreciation and gratitude that people still support us, and we couldn't do it without you motherfuckers. So fucking cheers, and I hope everybody who saw the show tonight enjoyed it very much, and fuck yeah, man, you know?